Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My family identity name is Bill Elias Jr. and I'm one of the two most focused on children in the family. And through Insight, I and my other Bill Elias Jr. brother are Mark Zuckerberg, coming to the family calculations of family landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you few questions. The first question being, what happens when your leaders are taking matters in their own hands without submitting to the protocols? The second question being, what happens when your leaders are siding with the wrong people more than the good people? Just to shed more light to it, what happens when your leaders are focusing on wrong people and not the good people? Thirdly, who is God? So God, first of all, is love. God is peace. God is order. God is two or three. The other question, is there anything that lasts forever? Ladies and gentlemen, just to add to it, the other question is, to whom does human life belong to? So human life belongs to God through families. So to whom does human life belong to? I continue, ladies and gentlemen. Human life belongs to God, and particularly through families. So the other question that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, is that, is it possible for an individual to marry somebody that is not a part of their family? You can come with me, guys. I have a lot I want to show people. So like I said earlier, I'm from Galley of the two Bill Elias Jr. You can come with me. Okay, mommy. Anyway. You can come with me, guys. So I'm using a different way of looking at things. So there are blueprints everywhere, including this place. You find that the names, the children that are lining up with my family. I'm coming from Gali. So, like I said, is it possible to marry someone who's not your sibling? So it causes a lot of problems because you follow systems. You follow what is in your family. So if you're a Christian, you need to marry someone who's a Christian, or someone who's particularly your family. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a mosque I would like to show you. All these were farms before all these advancements. You can come with me, my brother. I'd like to show you the mosque. So people are well connected. Viewers, you could come. So I'm at a mosque. So there are certain families that are well connected, they're well rooted. And that is why you find that they're having problems that you cannot fathom. So this is a mosque I could come to from time to time. So speaking of the new generation, there are certain things you can't understand coming to children. So human life belongs to God through family. And so in every family there are structures. Speaking of people's identity, there are structures that you can't bypass. So just to add on to it, people are born different, and people were meant to live life differently. But I want to stress on the point of an advantage that everybody has. If you so happen to have an advantage against your neighbor, that advantage has its own disadvantages. And just to be clear, everybody was meant to suffer in a certain way. And we learn of that from Christianity from the time of Adam. So everybody was meant to suffer to a certain degree. And so in our suffering, depending on the specifications you're having, you are meant to exhaust yourself to the fullest. Currently, I'm exhausting my brain to the fullest to stress on family matters. Your suffering was meant to be to the benefit of your family. I don't know if you people are getting me right. Your suffering was meant to be to the benefit of your family. I remember the time I was about to graduate from university, that I was busy dropping applications. I'm one person with a big heart, and I was so considerate of my family that I wanted to help my little brother that was just doing his grade 12 to get into university. Unfortunately, I didn't know that that was a time of reflection, that the entire family shook. It was beginning to look at things differently. It was beginning to make new visions. And so people suffer at different levels. Some people might not see me to be suffering. That's because they're the wrong people. But try to get my neighbor, somebody that is well vested with their affairs of my life, somebody that is qualified to be my neighbor. That's a person that you can consult, and that person will tell you to say this person is suffering. And this is why it's dangerous to step into other people's matters if you're not well vested with their information surrounding them. Moreover, we are born from different families. For that, our way of looking at things, our perception differs. Some people were born to be surrounded by certain things that they see them to be normal. And this is why some of us are hardworking. If I was a lazy person, I didn't be struggling to this extent of laboring to make videos as such. Some of my siblings were supposed to be helping me, for that matter, to do what I'm doing right now. But I'd say it's not their fault. I'd say maybe it's by the limitations based on the specifications they're having. But I'm trying to labor to their fullest in order to make certain things clear. So that's the short teaching I had for you people, to say we all suffer. And for me, just to exhaust myself to this level and to be qualified to this extent for that matter, it means I'm not a lazy person. To some people that could say I'm lazy. I love you people.